Hi, welcome to the first episode of Revenue Margin, brought to you by Rob Malenik, currently the CFO of three companies, Creative Planning Business Services, United Capital, and the historical Bergen KDB. I'm happy to be speaking to you today. I think right now my organization is going through a budgeting process to determine what is going on next year. I think there's one clear misunderstanding of budgeting in the industry is that budget should be used as a guide and not as a final expectation for how you should manage the business over the course of the next 12 months or longer if you're doing a long-term forecast. That should be used to be able to kind of give guidance associated with certain metrics, and the key metrics should be what you use and identify within that budgeting process. You should be working with your business leaders to identify what those key metrics are and what they're going to be managing to. And as those metrics move associated with maybe your different demand expectations for revenue and product offerings, maybe there's different expectations or availability of resources such as labor or inbound inventory. Those items are going to change up associated with what your expectations are, and they should be directly attributable to your budget. So you can easily, quickly, fluidly almost to a point, kind of agree on how you should shift as a team to be able to achieve your overall, your margin associated with your organization, like what you're going to do to maximize that margin or revenue expectations for the firm. And many times, though, people are so rigid associated with the budgeting process, saying, I can hire this many people, I can buy this much product. And they go and do those things without really an understanding of the overall understanding of the business. And I think that's the key item associated with the budget, is that the budget should not be so rigid like that. It should actually be something that's fluid, should be kind of used as a guide, should be when you're going off versus the budget or issues are being identified by the management teams, those should actually come back to, through your leadership team to have a discussion so that you can make quick and easy discussions associated with managing those issues as they come up. At the end of the day, I think if you do it effectively and understand how to be able to do the key budgeting processes, you'll be very effective in managing your organization and hitting the expectations. Happy to learn more. One other thing associated with revenue margin that I like to talk about too is that in the future, I want to be able to field questions from my audience. And so if you're a business leader that wants to ask a question, please reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. I'm going to be doing these podcasts 1 to 3 times a week, and I'd like to be able to speak about whatever our topics that you bring to my attention and bring those back to you to answer questions you might have. Thank you for listening to the very first Revenue and Margin.